Welcome to Lockdown Economy, a social nonprofit initiative by think tank AlterContacts to help small businesses and self employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic and reactivate the economy. My name is Julie Jerusalem, and today our guest is Anna Escalona, the CEO of Ayaska Designs. Hello, Anna. How are you?
Hi. Hi, Julie. I'm okay here. Just coping up with the day-to-day struggles of, what the pandemic has been bringing to the world. But here we are. We're still standing and we're still fighting. So, yeah. So, how about you, Julie? How are you?
Well, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Okay, Anna,
Okay.
can you tell us what does Ayaska Designs do as a business and what is the advocacy it stands for?
Ayaska is a brand. It's an advocacy brand for local Filipino artists. So we started this about the brainstorming happened about 3 years ago, but this was launched about 2 years ago here in the Philippines in Metro Manila. So the brand actually helps local Filipino artists showcase their art or artworks in different forms. So we highly believe that artworks shouldn't just be limited to canvas hung on the wall or the usual typical ways of showcasing artworks. Ayaska has different products, locally made products that showcases local Filipino artists' works. So that could be on. We started with shoes and we evolved to scarves and now to clothing, linen clothing, specifically Abaca masks, and we'll be launching more products after that.
Okay, so Ayaska Designs, it's actually a very unique name. So can you tell us the
Yeah.
reason behind its name and what urged you to start it?
Ayaska is actually my name. My name is Anna Escalona. So I took letter A and then Esca, which is my last name. The reason why I first used this name was because before launching the brand, I'm an artist, by the way, by hobby. So I love to paint using watercolor as a medium. So ever since I was young, I was already painting, but it somehow stopped along the way, and I just kind of revived it about maybe 6 years ago. Yeah, so I'm an artist, and I felt like when I was painting during that time that I was reviving my passion for it. I felt like there was that need to actually showcase art in different forms. So besides, actually, Ayaska started with just me, because some of my artworks were taken by this brand. They printed some of my works on placemats, and then they were thinking of other products. So then I thought from there, why don't we evolve into more products? So instead of just having my artworks printed on these products, why not, invite more artists to do this? Because, Filipinos are very talented, and I really believe that their artworks, the artworks of local Filipino artists, should be seen by the world. So that's how it evolved.
So it's a brand established by an artist to feature
Yes.
other artists for art's sake.
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
So, Anna, can you tell us, do you have like employees? Because you mentioned earlier before you are a one-woman team, but right now, do you
Yeah.
have any employees and how many clients do you usually have?
Actually, with regards to employees, I have one permanent one, but of course, as we move to, let's say, for this year, we had to cut it down since, we haven't had any events since the start of the year. But like last year, we had more. Siguro we had about 3 to 5 employees helping us out. And that's because we used to join a lot of bazaars and a lot of events to sell our products. So now we've cut it down to one, and we've actually realized that even if you cut down your employees or number of employees, you tend to maximize yourself and tend to push, other people in the team to do more. So, yeah, so there's that realization. So it's not so bad after all. Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that you'll do great in the following months.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so what is Esca Designs up to during the lockdown?
Okay, so we noticed, of course, since the start of the lockdown here in Manila, that was, I think, I believe, mid March till about June or July, there were really zero sales, like totally, because um, during that time we were only selling our scarves and our mules, which are, those were the main products that Ayaska has been known for. Our, mules with the artist's artwork, and the scarves, also the multi-purpose scarves, which has the artist's artwork. So, during that time, wherein people would just really buy essentials, those were the least on their list, right? So, sometime in May or June, masks became popular, and people are, actually wanting to see uh, products that are evolving, and products that are new in their eyes, and products that can also soothe the soul while the pandemic was happening. So then I thought, why don't we make masks? So, because it's the most basic and most essential that we will ever need during the crisis. So I thought, of course, Ayaska cannot do any product without artworks on them. So I thought, why don't we make art on masks? So then, at first it was, I thought of printing artwork on cloth, right? So I said, no, it's not really what I feel like doing, because um, I want, I always want products that are unique, and products that that haven't been seen or touched before. So here in Manila, or here in the Philippines, they developed the Abaca masks, which are sustainable and eco-friendly, made from Abaca leaves, right? So I researched on that, and according to the DOST, it has a 7 times better filtration than the normal cloth mask. So I said,
Wow.
okay, this is the best, material I could actually use for my masks. But the second problem came, which was, how do I put artwork on the Abaca masks? Because, the Abaca masks were slowly, getting popularized here. People were noticing it because of the beauty and sustainability the product brings. So, I was actually, I believe, one of the first put who placed artwork on Abaca masks. So I had to go through several trial and errors before getting to the, final output of the artwork on Abaca mask. So finally, we were able to develop. We were able to put artwork on our Abaca masks, and then we saw how the brand picked up. And believe it or not, in the span of 3 hours, our Abaca masks got sold out.
That's
So
amazing.
yes, the moment we launched it, and then we boosted it on Facebook, so many people inquired, and maybe because people were also thirsty for something new during the crisis. And of course, art actually, activates something in us. So, um, the collection that came out, which was by Alelia Ariola, who's an empowered Pinay local artist here in the Philippines. Her message behind her artworks also, I believe, made an impact on the people who were struggling so much.
Okay, adapting to the wants and needs of your customers
Yes,
and actually retaining the identity of the brand. So that's what you've
yes,
done. So
yes,
tell us
that's right.
something like how is your business going right now, like in general?
Um, it's actually, well, okay. I can't say that it's 100%, there, but we're struggling on a daily basis. We're trying to adapt to all the changes that are happening, because during these times we all know that it's very uncertain. No, we don't know exactly when this pandemic will end, or when people will actually have more buying power, right? So what I'm doing right now is that, number one, I'm not quitting. I'm trying to develop more products as we go. Like after the masks, I developed a clothing collection which is made out of linen, and it's more of like something that you can wear at home while you're doing Zoom, or you're having your meetings, or you're having uh, social events with your families at home, because that's what's in right now, right? Nobody's really going out. So I'm trying to evolve and evolve and evolve, and I'm trying to um, meet the needs of of our customers during this time. It's not perfect, but again, I feel like businesses now are under a risky endeavor, and if you don't try, then you wouldn't know, right? You wouldn't be able to tell what their needs are. So yeah, so it's a bit risky, but I think the fulfillment that we're getting out of, again, helping the local artists here in the Philippines is what's keeping us going.
You mentioned about knowing your customers. So, do you know what your customer and competition are doing right now?
Um, with when it comes to the customers, I believe I'm just a mirror of my customers. Like I'm also a customer, right? So I'm actually basing it on not just myself, but people around me. And as I go through, daily life now during the pandemic, I see more and more of what people need, and what I need. So I kind of base it there. Um, I also am very much into customer relations and customer communications. I chat a lot with our customers and how they feel about the products that they buy. So right now I can't exactly pinpoint what they need or what they want, but I do have um, uh, my own research, which is the basic needs, and then hopefully eventually, as we are trying to get out there in the world again and trying to develop all these vaccines, people's buying behavior becomes more normal, but I can't expect that it will ever be the same as before. That's, I think, not reality. So, but then I guess the adaptability to digitalization, and then like their essentials, and then their basics. Those are, for me, the, I guess, what you can say, the safest that you can offer.
Okay, so can you share with us, like, what are the projects that Ayaska Designs did to help the vulnerable before and during the pandemic?
Okay, so Ayaska's advocacy is, before the pandemic, one of her main advocacies is helping women who were raped. So I would personally go to these facilities, or a specific facility wherein I myself do the counseling. And then with the part of the proceeds that we get from the brand, we actually use it to help these women. So we run small programs. We counsel them. We when there are events such as Christmas, we design programs for them. So that was pre-pandemic. But during the pandemic, our initiative to help, those who were hungry, that's what we did. And we are continuously, putting aside some financial aid for those who are, going through still the daily struggles of this pandemic.
So, what does Ayaska Designs intend to do in the following months? Particularly, we're approaching the December, the Yuletide season, the holiday season.
Okay, so well, right now we are actually about to launch a new product again. That's in connection to sustainability. Well, I can mention it naman here. We're going to be launching a multi-purpose towel that's recycled from plastic bottles. So it's more of like an initiative naman to help lessen the waste of our environment. So, in line still with Ayaska's concept, different local designers or artists will be making artworks for these products. So why? Then I thought, why make a multi-purpose towel? It's actually a basic need, right? A basic necessity. So we're at home. We're probably doing yoga or working out at home or just simply doing our relaxation of bath time, and or like siguro we plan to probably travel to a beach sooner or later. So I thought this kind of product will actually be a good a good basic need for people nowadays. And plus, of course, it has art once again. So the artworks that will be displayed on these towels will actually also help soothe the soul.
Okay, I'm looking forward to your launch. I would like to see
Thank you.
it. Okay, so lastly, can you name three things that you need help with?
Okay. Number one would be, of course, a wider marketing channel, or maybe a multi-channel approach. Because right now I believe we're kind of limited here, but if I could get more ideas or more concepts about having a multi-channel approach, then that would be great help. We all know that the age now is the digital age, so learning more about that, or being taught more about how we can market our brand through different channels would be great. Another one would actually be, of course, securing liquidity. It's what all small businesses need. Um, I don't plan on giving up or stopping my brand at all. So whenever we innovate or whenever we develop new products, of course, the challenge is how to secure your cash flow. Because like I said, developing these products, it's actually a trial and error. So we could be releasing this new product, but doesn't necessarily mean it will work or it will sell. So yeah, that's quite of a challenge, but we're trying to balance everything out. So even if we feel like releasing a lot of projects or products or a lot of different designs, we still have to secure our liquidity. So that's something we need help with, or maybe a good training when it comes to that. Another one I thought would be of course, staying ahead of the game, which is through SEO, search engine optimization. So, of course, we all would love to rank top when you're being searched on Google, right? So, when people search for sustainability, or like or art, or eco-friendly products, we like to stay ahead of the game, which is being known, for the concepts that we develop, the products that we develop. So the challenge about that is, of course, knowing the ins and the outs, and getting more training and learnings on how to do something like that.
Okay, great. So, a local brand that advocates mental health and sustainability and champions the artists and arts. This is Ayaska Designs. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. I really appreciate that. you guys noticed our brand. We're a very small brand, but we're so glad that you chose us to be part of this very, very wonderful initiative for entrepreneurs.
You're welcome. Also, thank you to everyone who joined us today. Feel free to contact Ayaska Designs using the link in the description box. And I invite you to like this video and comment about what you think about our dialogue and subscribe to this channel. In the coming weeks, we're going to share more insights with you, so stay tuned. My name is Julie Jerusalem, and this is Lockdown Economy.